Level Up with Coach Heather podcast. I'm so glad you're here with me today. We are diving into how to discover your purpose and passion in life. And I just want to start by saying thank you so much for being here with me today. Your friend, Heather. I'm so thankful that with all the podcasts out there, you're choosing to listen to me and that we're muddling through and learning through this thing, we call life together, leveling up together, glowing up together, and learning to enjoy our lives more. So let's get into it. All right, my love. So in today's episode is one I wish someone had whispered to me years ago. You don't have to be just one thing, right? You are not meant to fit neatly in a box. You're allowed to change your mind, start again, expand your gifts, and weave a life that's wildly beautiful, multifaceted, and 100% you. If you've ever felt torn between paths, like you've lived a dozen lifetimes in one body, or wondered if all the things you've done make sense together, or you're, in high school or college and you don't know if you want to be a doctor or an artist, and you're worried that you have to choose just one, this episode is your confirmation. You can do it all. You don't have to be just one thing. This episode today is so if you're wondering how to find your passion and purpose in life without shrinking who you are, if you're feeling torn between paths, today's episode is permission for you to be multi-layered, multifaceted, bold, and still be aligned with your purpose. You don't have to choose just one title. You are not too much. You are a whole universe of stories, talents, and dreams, and they all get to matter. So let's dive in. You are not a contradiction. You are a masterpiece in progress, no matter if you're 20 or 70. Let me tell you something. I have never been one of those people who just knew what they wanted at 5 years old. I wasn't the kid with a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. I was the kid with a fire in her belly and a million ideas. And I tried them, all of them. I was a waitress hustling tips, a young mom learning how to love and lead at the same time, a fitness instructor at 18, dancing and sweating my way into women's hearts. I did marketing. I worked in real estate. I've poured coffee and I've closed deals. And I've poured love into babies. And then I went back to school. I became a nurse, got my MBA, tried corporate, tried the nurse practitioner path, and now I'm a clinical trial educator, a speaker, a life coach, a podcast host, and the founder of a company that empowers thousands. But here's the magic. Every single one of those roles was connected to my purpose, to make people feel seen, loved, and powerful. Every one of those roles taught me things that I now use. Nothing was wasted. I learned communication from serving tables. I learned trust and resilience from motherhood. I learned how to hold space from nursing. I learned how to perform, how to teach, and light up a room from fitness. And you, my love, you are collecting puzzle pieces too. Don't throw them away before they connect. The seemingly smallest job can have the biggest impact, the biggest learning curve and growth on your life, and you may be impacting so many others without even knowing it. So let's talk about how to find your passion and how to find your purpose. So passion is your spark and purpose is how you pass it on. So most of us were taught to pick a job: doctor, lawyer, nurse, teacher, and, electrician, builder, painter. Not really follow a joy, right? We were told to be practical, not powerful. To be safe, not soulful. But here's the truth. Passion feels like play. Purpose feels like service. And when you live in the overlap, you glow differently, right? Try this right now. Pause and journal. When do I forget to check my phone because I'm so lit up? What lights me up so much that I forget to check my phone? So let's just take a moment, write that down. You can pause the video here. Now, number 2. What would I do for free just because it lights me up? What would I do for free just because it lights me up? So think about that. Number 3, what do people always come to me for advice on? What do people always come to me for advice on? Many times what we have is natural talents and gifts. We don't even realize they're gifts or talents because they come so naturally. Finally, what dreams did I give up on because I was scared they weren't realistic or practical? What dreams did I give up on? You already know the answer. You just haven't given yourself permission to trust it. Just go ahead and write out the answers as fast as they come to you. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about who's going to read it. You can always rip it up and throw it away if you need to a million pieces, or shred it. But think about it, and a lot of times, especially women will say, I don't know, but even men will say this, right? Because sometimes men and women are very out of touch with their feelings. Usually men are out of touch with their feelings. Women are out of touch with their desires because they were taught you're not allowed to desire, and men were taught you're not allowed to feel. So, just these social constructs. And sometimes it's reversed. That's not always true. But it's safe here. It's safe to have desires and to want what you want. No one's looking. And it's safe to feel. No one's looking. And we all feel. Whether you're a man or woman, whatever your gender, we all feel, okay? So take a moment to answer these questions honestly and as quickly as they come to your mind. As many as you can, okay? I once met a man in his 60s who started a breakfast restaurant in Savannah, Georgia with his last savings. During COVID, alcohol laws changed. He got creative, bottled cocktails legally, and the line wrapped around the building. He became a millionaire in his 60s, and his girlfriend from New York helped build it with him. Love and purpose don't expire. So whether you're 16 trying to figure it all out or 60 trying to figure it all out, we've got this. Another man I met was working at the airport at 52. He started a staffing company with some investors, and within a few years, he was the CEO of his own enterprise. There's no deadline on becoming who you are meant to be. So let's talk about skill building to live your purpose. So confidence comes from action, not perfection. Like Mel Robbins says, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. Confidence is a verb. It's not a feeling, and we mistake that. We don't realize confidence is actually going out and doing something that you're scared of. So let's say you found your spark, or maybe you're just starting to feel the flicker again. What's next? Build the skills. You don't need a degree to start. You need a decision. For instance, I practiced my coaching voice by teaching dance fitness. I learned leadership from being on the floor in hospital units. I sharpened my marketing by running my own brand, by doing presentations for the commercial realtors that I worked for. Your past jobs are not random. Did you work in retail? You learned communication, patience, people reading, technology, maybe marketing. Did you raise kids? You learned logistics, heart, how to think 10 steps ahead, right? So no matter how small of a job that you perceive it to be, working at Farmore, I worked at Ingalls when I was 14, I babysat when I was 12. All those jobs teach you something. Have you bartended? You learned performance, emotional intelligence, maybe how to be a psychiatrist, psychologist, right? You were a life coach, okay? So, according to the Harvard Business Review, the top predictors of success are not degrees. They're adaptability, emotional intelligence, and initiative. So let's get messy. Things do not have to be perfect. Let go of that right now. Because we're never going to be perfect. We're human. We're not robots, right? So start messy, be brave, and keep going. So right now, let's do an action step. Pick one thing that you are curious about. One thing. Artistry, electrician, entrepreneurship, investment, whatever it is. Watch a YouTube video. Take a class. Offer to help a friend. Give yourself permission to try without monetizing right away. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a class. You're going to watch a YouTube video. You're going to take a class once you figure out what you're interested in. Then what you learned, you're going to teach someone else, okay? And you're not going to monetize it. You're just going to do this for free. I want you to feel how that feels. And if that, try on some different things for size and see what sparks that interest, that passion in you. So that's step number 1. Okay, step number 2, action. You don't have to be famous to be powerful. You do not have to be famous to have an impact. Having an impact on 2 people is huge, right? Your life is already a platform. When you're at the grocery store, at work, with your family. You don't have to be TikTok famous. You don't need 1 million downloads. Some of the most powerful people I know are not even on social media, and they have never gone viral. They are the people who leave voice notes to friends saying, I believe in you. So, volunteer with no cameras on. Share stories that break open shame and heal others. So whether that's your mom, whether that's your girlfriend, whether that's your wife, husband, dad, friend, coworker, start sharing your authenticity. Share your story, okay? Power is presence. Maybe you wrote something online that made one person, just one, cry and say, me too, I feel you. Maybe you've hugged your child or your mom or your girlfriend when they were falling apart. Maybe you created a course or a conversation that helps someone choose to keep going. Maybe you motivated someone at the grocery store or at the car wash or at school. That's impact, and it matters. You are already enough, and your story is already changing lives whether you realize it or not. So here's what I want you to remember today. You do not have to choose one title. You don't have to shrink to fit in. You don't have to, fit into a box or fit into someone else's definition of success. You are allowed to evolve, to grow, to pause, to pivot, and to rise again. You can be the dancer and the doctor. You can be the healer and the hustler. You can be the bad boy and the coach. You can be the dreamer and the CEO. If this episode made your heart beat faster, share it with someone who needs it. Let them know that they're not broken for wanting more. And they're also not broken for being happy just where they're at. And if you're ready to start living your life, multi-passionate, multi-purpose, just filled with joy, grab my free guides at CoachHeatherOwens.com and come hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok. Your next chapter starts now. You're not too early. You are not too late. You are right on time. It wasn't in the past. You don't have to wait till sometime in the future. You can live your best life right now, today. I love you. You can do anything that you set your mind to. You are amazing. Have a wonderful day.
Could see that you're good enough.